This morning on The Dish, Matunuck oysters and the man who went from farming shellfish by himself to delivering TED Talks and establishing one of the best oyster bars in the world. Raso has become an evangelist for what we're calling aquaculture, which may be needed now more than ever. He believes this provides the perfect combination of clean water and great food, both of which our Jeff Glor experienced on a recent trip to Rhode Island.
Magwai, you ready?
He's ready.
Magwai has to approve all oyster.
That's right. He's the head of operations over here.
On a sun-soaked New England day, Raso took us to Potter Pond, just off but sheltered from the heaviest waves of the Atlantic. The ideal spot to harvest a food that is changing everything here: oysters.
All right. Right off the deck of the boat. It's an extra, gives it an extra flavor. That's
Probably not the cleanest thing in the world, right?
not bad.
Add that to the list.
Raso started fishing as a boy and digging little neck clams when he was 12. He graduated from the University of Rhode Island after studying aquaculture, then started a small oyster farm in 2002.
So we got to leave him space to grow.
Nice.
You got little shrimps jumping around in there.
Today, Raso operates 7 acres of water farming with more than 16 million oysters, plus bay scallops.
Really interesting animals. They have eyes. They have 32 sets of eyes on the top and 32 sets on the bottom. And you can see them, they're like little blue specks.
Raso has also built a huge nearby vegetable farm.
So we have beets, salad greens, a couple varieties of kale. Over here we got our peppers and our tomatoes started, and salad greens over here, as well as the asparagus.
All of which supply his restaurants, which has become a smash hit for diners across the East Coast. Matunuck Oyster Bar.
You're not a chef.
No.
You've never been a foodie?
I've become a foodie. How was the raw bar feast over here?
By now, though, Raso has taken his broader message global, delivering TED Talks about the importance and sustainability of aquaculture to feed a crowded and hungrier planet.
Shellfish farming is the epitome of sustainable agriculture. Aquaculture sounds like agriculture. Aquaculture is agriculture. And
We're sitting here. You can sit here and look at where your food comes from. Line of sight.
Right. It's important. I mean, we have, the vegetable farm and the oyster farm is all within a mile of here. To be able to see, where your food is coming from, see the farmers coming in with the oysters, putting them right in the fridge and serving them right here. It's a unique thing, and I think, oyster farm geek thought is, this incoming tide is delivering food to my babies out there. One of the great things about oyster farming is we don't have to feed the oysters. They eat the naturally occurring phytoplankton in the water. So this is delivering food to the animals. And
it's lunch for them right now.
It's lunch for them, and it's cleaning the water, so it's beneficial.
There are a lot of people who come in who just won't eat oysters.
Right.
Do you make it your mission to try to convert them?
Well, I do try to get them into oysters, and our oysters, the Matunuck oysters, they're petite oysters, so they're not big, so they're a little bit more palatable for someone who might be a little wary of eating oysters.
It's almost like a gateway oyster.
The gateway oyster is what I like to call it. That's right.
Raso has built his menu slow and steady, the breadth of which we were able to sample, starting, of course, with oysters.
So these are the Matunucks right here. Those are the ones we farm raise out in Potter Pond.
I'm digging in.
Yeah, try one of those.
Great.
What do you think? Good.
Sweet?
Yeah, they're crisp, they're sweet.
It is crisp.
Yep.
To accompany Raso's bestseller, we also had a Matunuck special, passion fruit oysters, with salmon eggs and cucumbers soaked in sake. If you prefer your oysters cooked, there were the bourbon oysters. Also an asparagus and tomato salad with vegetables from his farm and a local seafood salad. Calamari, oyster stew with a rosemary cream broth, and this quinoa crab dish that blew our minds.
Look at this sucker. So you've got quinoa, avocado, crab, a drizzle over the top is...
We have lemon zest aioli there.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's nice.
So good.
Not to be overlooked, the tuna with Creole mustard and mashed potatoes, and a ridiculous lobster pizza he recently debuted.
It's a pizza we put on the menu during COVID. I was researching what's the most popular takeout food, pizza. And so I said I wanted to make the best seafood pizza in the world. And I think we might have come close to it. We got some prosciutto, some truffle, some arugula on there. It's really delicious.
It should be illegal.
This is crazy.
How
isn't
good.
It really is.
That pizza is. Absurd.
For dessert, there was a blueberry crumble and a Matunuck signature, key lime pops. The full scale of Raso's creation here is amazing, even though he still feels like the little kid scrapping for clams just to make a few bucks.
You talk about this a lot, about your fear of failure, of not succeeding. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're never satisfied.
I don't, like to think of myself as someone who's never satisfied, but the reality might be that, yeah.
And in the end, people get a healthier ocean because of it, and good food.
Yeah, there's definitely.
So we should enjoy your pain.
We can enjoy it because Jeff made sure, as did Marcy Waldman, that we had this and sent straight.
We've got the lobster, the
That's right.
oysters, the gateway oysters, as they were
I
described.
love that.
Some of this key lime pop and a
And a beverage, of
lemonade.
course.
Wonderful.
Oh,
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to that and to.
Clink, clink,
Jeff
clink, clink.
Glor. Yeah,
Go.
Clink, clink, clink,
exactly.
clink.
I just love watching Jeff eat food and enjoy it. It is just like, I feel like I can taste it when he's up there talking about the illegal lobster pizza.
And the gateway drug.
Yeah, no, wonderful, beautiful stuff.